Hello, say orcas and hi panthers. So today we are going to take a little bit of time focusing on some things with verb tenses. Now, the last couple of weeks we've talked about the tense, like the present tense, which is right now, the past tense, which already happened in the past, and the future, which means it will happen later. But now we're going to take that one step further, and we're going to talk about what we call the past participle. Now, that sounds like a really big word, and I'm going to do what I can to help you understand it. So, let's talk a little bit about what each of these are again. Now, as a reminder, the present tense, those are the verbs that are happening right now. So, again, as a reminder, present tense is happening right now. I talk. Right now, I talk. Right now, I teach. Right now, I sing. Right now, I write. Right now, I draw. All those things. Those are all the present tense happening right now. Then we have the past tense. Now, what I like to tell my students is the past tense, what I like to say is it already happened. So we're going to add that here. Already happened. So that's one thing to help you remember each of those. The past tense already happened. Present tense is happening right now. And now past participle, which is new. So the past participle, if you remember from a couple of weeks ago, we talked about action verbs, we talked about helping verbs, and we talked about linking verbs. These motions may be new to you, but they were on the videos that were posted as far as what action verbs are, what linking verbs are, and what helping verbs are. And one of the helping verbs that we talked about is have. Now, this could be I have, you have, we have, they have, he had, all of those. So for an example, I could say, I have, whatever it could be. Also, you have, we have. Now, it gets a little tricky when you do things like he or she, because it's he has, she has, instead of have, but it's still the same concept. But this is not have like, I have a piece of paper, or I have blonde hair. This is about I have like, I have done something. So we're going to take a look at how all of these work together. So let's take a look at some examples. So I have this chart here. We're going to look at the present tense verbs that are happening right now. Then we're going to take those verbs and make them the past tense. Then we're going to make them into the past participle, which is I have, you have, we have. So let's take a look at these. Excuse me. So some verbs, making them past tense is pretty simple. All you do is add ed. For example, right now I play, but yesterday I played. And you'll notice there's the ed there. Today I jump. Yesterday I jumped. There's the ed again. Yell. Today I yell. Yesterday it already happened. I yelled. Ed. We have bake. Today I bake a cake. But yesterday, instead of bake, we say baked. Now that has just the D, but it's the same idea. Cook. I cooked dinner yesterday. Or I'm sorry, I cooked dinner right now. Or yesterday, or last night, or any time that's already happened, I cooked. ED. And finally, walk. I walked to school. Today I walked to school, or today I walk around the room. But yesterday I walked. ED. So let's take a look at those. So you'll see all of these here. For the most part, those are what we call regular verbs. Now, one thing about these, the past participle is something that you have done. So play, if right now I play, yesterday I played, we look at the past participle, it would be I have played. And you'll notice, wait a minute, that's the same thing. That's going to happen sometimes. I jump over the bench. Yesterday I jumped over the bench. I have jumped over the bench. I don't suggest you actually jump over a bench, but that's an idea of a sentence. Let's look at yell. Today I yelled really loud for my favorite team. Yesterday I yelled really loud for my favorite team. Right now I have yelled my favorite team. Bake. Right now I bake a cake. Yesterday I baked a cake. I have baked a cake. You'll notice, same thing. Let's look at cook. I cooked dinner. I cooked dinner. I have cooked dinner. And finally, walk. I walked to school. Yesterday I walked to school. Or I have walked to school. Well, they're all the same. Now these, you look, the past tense is the same as the past participle, but it's not always that way. So there's a lot of different things that can happen, but this is one of those things that could happen. Next, let's move on down to, we have some other verbs that sometimes we call these irregular verbs, because these are verbs that when you go to the past tense that already happened, we don't add an ed. They don't follow that rule. So let's look at these 4 examples here. The present tense for right now, I write my name. But yesterday, I wrote my name. Look at throw. Right now, I throw the ball. But yesterday, I don't throwed. That's not a word. Yesterday, I threw the ball. Look at eat. Right now, I eat my breakfast. Yesterday, though, I don't say I eated. Yesterday, I ate my breakfast. And finally, blow. I blow a bubble with my gum. Or I blow bubbles, or whatever it would be. Or I blow up a balloon. But yesterday, it's not I blowed. It would be I blew. Not the color blue, but like I blew up a balloon yesterday. So again, if you notice, these are not the ed verbs, but they still have a past tense. Now let's look at the past participle. Again, this is I have, you have, we have, they have. We wouldn't say I have wrote. We would say I have written. And we can move on to throw. Today I throw the ball. Yesterday I threw the ball. Right now I have thrown the ball. And then we talk about eat. Right now I eat my breakfast. Yesterday I ate my breakfast. But today I have eaten my breakfast. And finally, we have blow. I blow up a balloon. Yesterday I blew up a balloon. I have blown up a balloon. Notice these all have en or n at the end. So those are sometimes what happens with verbs. But again, sometimes things are crazy and they don't always follow the same rules. So we have yet another kind of verb that can be irregular. They still don't follow that ed pattern that we've done before for our past tense. And then our past participle changes even more. So let's take a look at these 4 examples here. We have the verb drink. I drink my water. We have sing. I sing a song. I have wear. Like I wear a fuerza shirt. And I have ring. But this is not a ring like a ring I wear. This is ring like I ring the doorbell. Ding dong. So let's look at the past tense of these verbs. Drink is the present tense happening right now. Right now, I drink my water. But now we want the past tense. It already happened. We don't say drinked. That's not a word in English. Instead, we say I drank. Yesterday, I drank a bunch of water. Then let's look at sing. Again, we said, today I sing a song. But yesterday, again, it's not singed. Instead, we say, Yesterday I sang. There's sang. And we have wear. Now again, today I wear a fuerza shirt. I wouldn't say yesterday I weared a shirt. I would say yesterday I wore a fuerza shirt. And finally, ring. Right now I ring the doorbell, or I ring a bell. But now we're going to talk about yesterday. I don't say yesterday I ringed. Instead, I say yesterday I rang the bell. So here are these verbs in the past tense. But let's talk about the past participle, which is those have verbs. They use that helping verb of have. I have, you have, they have, we have. So let's look here. Drink. I drink it right now. Drink. Yesterday, I drank some water. But now we have I have. These are verbs that change completely from that. They're not the same as the past tense. They're not the same as the present tense either. They also don't just add an N. These are ones that are different altogether. So we have drink. Right now I drink. Yesterday I drank. Today I have drunk. Today I have drunk a full bottle of water. Now let's move on to sing. Today I sing. Yesterday I sang. But today I have sung. S-U-N-G, sung. Let's look at our next one. Wear. Today, I wear a fuerza shirt. Yesterday, I wore a fuerza shirt. But now the past, but we're talking about I have, it's not I have wore or I have wear. I have worn. And finally, ring. Present tense, ring. Right now, I ring the bell. Past tense already happened. Yesterday, rewind, go back to yesterday. I rang the bell. But right now, I have rang. I have rang the bell a bunch of times in this video. So these are some examples. The thing about this is there are so many verbs. There are what we call an infinite number of verbs. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. And it doesn't really end. So you can think of any verb and you can try to think about what is the past tense of that verb, what is the present tense of that verb for right now, and then what is the past participle of that verb. I have, you have, we have, I play basketball. I played basketball yesterday, and I have played. Again, it takes a lot of practice, and just the more that you use it, the more you're going to hear what sounds right and what doesn't quite sound right yet. So if it's still a little confusing for you, don't worry. It takes time and it takes practice, but the more you do it and the more you read, the more you write, the more you listen to people speaking, the more that you will understand it and it'll make more sense over time. So I hope this video has helped some. Let your teachers know if you have questions. We'd be happy to help you figure things out while you're working from home. Have a great day.